you would have learned many generations ago, is if you don't get off your ass and find some food, you're going to die. And if you're not
Yeah.
careful about how you get off your ass and look for food, you're also going to die.
Yeah.
And in the process of getting off your ass and looking for food and watching out for predators, you better be wrapped up warm, otherwise you're going to die. And everything in your day consisted of, if I fuck this up, I'm going to die, right?
Such a bleak
So
outlook, David.
no, but that's how the world evolved. That's how, the people that existed, that we evolved from, our DNA eventually comes from, or
Yeah.
ultimately comes from, spent their entire day trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
And if they got it wrong, they were deaded. And that was it. And
Yep.
from that evolved these people that can convince themselves their life is threatened because they didn't get their favorite fucking milkshake flavor at the drive-through, and that their world implodes over it. And
Yes.
we've kind of lost a grip of reality. And
Yeah.
and
I
then
think, and
somebody, if sorry, I
go
was
on.
just about to say, and if I was articulate enough, um, I should have been able to sell a solution to that would have made me millions. It wouldn't have helped anybody, but I'd have felt better about the millions I made.
I'm sure that's how Teal Swan feels.
Yeah,
You know,
and it's
and
gone.
yeah, and yeah. See the thing about that is, so from if we go back to basic principles, everybody's looking for this purpose, and having been in business and being around coaches and being a coach, it's this Abraham Maslow's fucking hierarchy of needs,
Yeah,
your purpose, position, etc., survival needs, your connection needs, etc., all that kind of thing. Go up the pyramid, and then you're fully enlightened and fully whatever else. But ultimately, it's a very modern way of thinking. It's a very modern way of thinking. And it doesn't hold much weight because everyone's looking for a purpose. And sometimes, and then many people just don't have a purpose. But does it make them less valid? Does it make them less
no, but
anything?
it makes them feel less
No.
valid. Whereas once upon
No,
a time,
not everybody feels less valid because they don't have a purpose, but they can be made to feel valid because they can't think of the purpose that they're made for. So then it has the reverse effect. It can make you feel really crap about yourself because you're out
mm,
there now searching for your purpose, like you're a predator looking for some kind of prey that doesn't exist.
but I think that's what happens is it's people get bored, and then somebody kind of you read this you read something that basically tells you that you can, if you practice this, like your life can feel a bit numb and a bit boring,
Mm.
and somebody can sell you something where you discover that you have some profound meaning and purpose to bring to this world. But what they really sell you is if you can tune into what this is and find it, you find yourself. And then it falls into that cliche. And once you found your passion, it will never feel like you're working a day in your life. And oh
Pinterest
wow,
sunset quote.
yeah, I love a Pinterest sunset quote.
I know.
And you know, and there's it's the this thing of, imagine that because you tuned into something, your your life became a meaningful exploration of the journey that was laid down in front of you before you even agreed to come here. Sounds a lot better than, look, you stupid cunt, if you carry on like that, I'm going to give you a head a wobble.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you know
One
what?
one
It
sells
that
very well, the other is quite offensive.
Yeah. Yeah. But it just takes me back to the conversation we've had over kids, social media, and boredom. If we were bored as kids,
Yes.
we went and found something to do. We didn't go and find meaning and purpose and think, "Oh my God, my life is falling apart. I need some meaning and purpose in my life." We went and thought, "Actually, what can we go and do?" It's
Yeah.
to kill time, as it were. And now, and the adult spin on that is, what's your meaning and purpose in life? What can you do to stop yourself being bored, give yourself some stimulation, and make you feel like your existence is worthwhile? Well,
but also
it's literally
the
no different to being the bored
child,
kid.
yeah, but and the childhood equivalent of being bored was role playing, pretending that you were something you weren't, someone you would not, but
Yeah,
understanding it was a game. Whereas the adult equivalent of that is, I've seen some random person I know nothing about sail into a yacht that I think I'd like to be on, and this lovely person called Samantha has sold me this course that if I can just visualize that correctly and align with my heart center, I can be on that boat. And if I do that long enough while sitting in the squat that I'm currently find myself in, um, then I will just actually wake up there, and there'll be this synchronicity in line with the world. And you know, that's a fucking wonderful way to look at the world.
it is, but it's also delusional thinking because the disappointment when it hits that is
So,
probably not going
sometimes
to
when
be
I
a
listen
reality
to
for
you,
you.
honestly, sometimes when I listen to you like that, you could kill the mood at a funeral. You really could.
Well, people like to tell me how cold I am. And then
But
you
this
like
is
to tell
it.
me how warm I am, and it's like, okay, so I have this conflict going on with me. No, it's called grounded in realism. I think, do you know what? I never used to see myself as particularly British, but now I see how British I can be sometimes. Is that pessimistic optimism? That
Grounded
very that
realism is,
contradiction. I'm
but
happy to know that, do you know what? I'm happy to know my limitations sometimes because it takes the pressure off having to do or be more. And sometimes that's actually nice on its own. And there's a benefit to that. Yes, sometimes it's nice to know actually you're capable of more and go and pursue more. Not denying that either. Both are equally good and they both have their place. But if you get lost in one more than the other, I think that's when you kind of lose
but
sense of reality.
the grounded realism is almost like here's the bitterness cookbook for the 21st century, and as we one of the first ingredients you need for this recipe is we're going to have a tablespoon of grounded realism.